My name's Lorraine Campbell. I've got a website called People with Potential, which is about disability awareness. My brain tumour was in the late 80s. Obviously, technology wasn't so advanced as it is now. I mean, there were no MRI scans. And I personally had a brain tumour for 11 years. That was over half of my life because I had it diagnosed and then quickly operated on. Well, the first operation was the day after it was diagnosed at the age of 22, which failed because I went into cardiac arrest because the anaesthetist at the time forgot to put a monitor on my index finger, which they put on at the dentist's. After the cardiac arrest, I got slightly better, and the brain surgeon, who was American, who was on a sabbatical here for a year or two, he actually thought that he was of the opinion that it was too delicate an area to operate straight away again. So he talked to myself and my family about sort of living but not going round youth hostels around Europe and stuff, and being a bit careful and, you know, and sort of not all the studenty kind of things and things like that, you know, and he was really hopeful that I could get away with just living with a big lump inside my head for a couple of years, you know, and then they'd operate again. But what happened was I was discharged and sent home, but the problem was, but they didn't know it then, that I was discharged, still reducing my heavy intake of steroids. So as they reduced, what happened is that the level of pain and the swelling rose, you know, and so I was rushed back into hospital at midnight on a Friday night with bacterial meningitis. They thought I caught from the first operation, you know. I mean, they thought, and then I took quite a few weeks to get over it. I mean, with intravenous copious antibiotics, you know, by drip. And obviously I had to stay in hospital, you know, because I had to be on drips and be monitored all the time, and then the attacks started again, and they got so bad that the brain surgeon had to rethink, and then other opinions were called into the hospital, you know, and then it was decided that they'd have to operate, you know, as soon as possible when I was, you know, safely well enough to undergo, you know, very major surgery, you know. I mean, it was by this time it was extremely life-threatening, and I mean, they thought I would either die, or they thought that I'd be very brain damaged and be a vegetable. And when I woke up, I mean, the brain surgeon was ecstatic. I mean, because he managed to remove all of the tumour, but I was subsequently left not being able to move, not being able to talk, not being able to walk. I had to be, you know, I had to have 6 nurses sit me up in bed, you know, and he was ecstatic. I mean, as far as he was concerned, he'd done his job was over, you know, and he did it brilliantly, and that was that. But, you know, obviously learning to walk and talk and move, I mean, which absolutely amazed some of the doctors. To the point where they couldn't recognise me, and just personally, obviously, I've had failures at attempts to do things, and I've had to negotiate with attempting to deal with those and get over them. But I think I have pretty much, and there's been a fair amount of stigma and discrimination, as I said earlier, about my disabilities, and because certain people don't obviously like, you know, certain disabilities, and people have thought that I mean, people still think that I'm drunk, you know, when I go out in an evening. I mean, not on my own, but, you know, with friends or whatever, you know, they think that I'm drunk, and they refuse for me to get in their taxi, you know, because they think I'm gonna throw up and be sick or something, I don't know. And well, in the past, I've been quite sensitive, and, you know, as the years have come on, I think with maturity, one of the better things about maturity is that your self-confidence grows. Now I can deal with it much better. My sheer determination, really. I sort of see, I visualise an image of that as like an indestructible steel wall within me. And also an unrelenting perfectionism, which is both my enemy and my greatest friend, if you know what I mean. So, you know, it drives me mad, and it's also been the reason that I've got so far. Just try and keep on and keep on going, and there's a light at the end of every tunnel, and for everything bad you think bad that happens to you, it develops your character, so your character traits become really, when there's something that becomes really, really positive, valuable and great inside you, and will sort of put you on a different road.